Okay, I got two things rolling at once over here. I got myself going live on YouTube right now, and obviously I turned my Instagram live as well. I got two things rolling at once over here. Thank you for joining. If you can hear me, just write in the comments because it's been a while I've done a live session. Might have some technical difficulties. So it will be great if I can see if people can hear me and all that stuff. Just getting the technical stuff out of the way. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I got about 39 people joining me on Instagram right now. I got about not a lot of high traffic on YouTube. I don't know, maybe I kind of lost my clout on YouTube. Thanks for joining, guys. There's a lot of people. I would highly recommend that you guys go join me on YouTube today. So I'm going to put in the link in the comments right now. So just go join me there because I'm going to end the Instagram live session probably in 5 minutes. The real juice is going to be shared on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to pop in the link over here. So go on. You could also find it on my Instagram story. Just click on it and jump into YouTube. And trust me, if you're someone who's planning on studying abroad, this is going to be the best thing you can ever get your hands on. Okay. So whoever has joined me on YouTube right now, thank you guys. You're about to go in for a ride. Okay. Over the next 28 days, we're going to do some exciting stuff. And again, giving you a shout out, Jiga Zing. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for joining, guys. Make sure to join me on YouTube. All right. See you there and ciao. Bye-bye. All right. Back to you guys on YouTube here. So I only have two people. It was kind of fun. More fun on Instagram. So who's here? Tanzim is here. Who else is here right now? Can you write in the chat? It will be nice to see you guys. Okay. Have about, let's see. So I have Tanzim. Hey, Tanzim, how's it going? All good? Going well? Where are you coming from today? Bangladesh, I assume? Write in the chat. It will be great. And I guess you could even come into the broadcast if you would like to. Yes, no, you still there? Anyhow, all right. Well, obviously this YouTube channel is pretty brand new, so it is gonna take some time for us to get some traffic, but I really want this YouTube channel to start picking some traffic. However, welcome to the 28-day success roadmap for international students, where I'm gonna literally take you every single day through the steps that you need to take in order to become successful. Okay, now why me? Why am I the right person to host this show? It's because I have been an international student before. I moved to Canada about 10 years ago now, and I have set myself up pretty much as a successful example for some of the international students out there. So what I did was I did a 3-year bachelor's program initially, then I dropped out because I didn't really like the program. It didn't align with my long-term career interests, part of which you're going to be learning so that you don't make the mistake that I made. Then I switched to a 2-year business marketing program at Algonquin College, and then I obviously graduated. And after graduation, I worked for 3 years at a commercial real estate company as a marketing manager. Then I launched my 2 businesses. The best thing about my journey is that how involved I was and how many professional jobs I actually got during the time I was an international student, and how much money I was able to make as an international student, which is pretty much well documented through my social media presence, my history on LinkedIn, all that stuff. You can Google me as Syed Zihad, which is my full name, and you will get to know what I have really done throughout my tenure as an international student. Okay, guys? So why is this important to you? Why should you listen to this show? You shouldn't be listening to this show just to learn how to get your admissions and visa done. You should really listen to the show because you want to become successful. Now, why do I say this? Because think about it. Anybody, right? Anybody can move abroad when they want to study, right? Even the shop downstairs, probably, that you guys have, the guy who maybe owns it, the guy who owns it could still study abroad. But the big difference is, can they become can they live up to their potential, and can they become that pinnacle of an example that you look up to and follow their journey? For example, like I got so many professional jobs as an international student. I lived such an amazing lifestyle as an international student so that people look up to what I've done. So your role, okay, if you have joined this live session today, the reason you have joined is to get that unique perspective of what it takes to be successful as an international student. Okay, so that other people can say, you know what, that person is actually doing pretty well, right? So that's exactly what we're going to be covering. I'm just going to try to go live again over here on YouTube, on Instagram. Okay, let's get to the meat of the topic today. What are we going to be learning? So today I'm going to be talking about the very first thing that occurs in the entire journey of your international student journey, right? So the very first thing that really happens is controlling the environment. Because let's break down your journey. What are the stages of becoming an international student, right? Number one is you're preparing. Okay, you're preparing. What are you preparing for? Your mindset, the people around you, how things work around you. That's the first thing. Then the second stage in your journey is okay, you have got a proper mindset, you got the proper environment. It's okay, let's take the first step, which is your admission step. Then let's talk about the visa step. And then let's talk about okay, you got your visa. Oh boy, you're about to embark on the crazy journey, which is exciting, plus the probably one of the most challenging journeys you could ever be on. Because think about it. Anybody can sign up for a gym membership, but does everybody get a chiseled body? Can everybody lose fat? No. Getting your visa is just like signing up for the gym membership. It's all about what you do after you go to the gym. So in your example, if you're planning on studying abroad, hi everybody to Instagram. By the way, I'm primarily live on YouTube today. I really want you guys to move to Instagram, to YouTube. Uh, Although my YouTube channel is a little smaller now, the one that I'm going live from, there's not as many people. There's about 7 people, but thank you so much, guys, who have joined me on YouTube. So, to the people on Instagram, if you really want to tag along and stay here, I'll keep the live session on to make it convenient for you guys. But today I'm talking about what it takes to be successful and what's the first stage in your journey as an international student. And that's controlling the environment. And what I was really talking about is moving to Canada, getting your visa, or anywhere, like you want to move to Australia, you want to move to UK, getting your visa is just like signing up for a gym membership. But it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get 6 packs. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to lose your fat. That's why you have so many failure stories of international students because they're not taking the right steps. Okay. So the very first thing that comes in your journey as an international student is controlling your environment. Okay, controlling your environment is the very first thing that you need to be thinking of. Now, let me ask you guys this. Are you in the right environment? Does the environment around you tell you that, you know what? This is a successful environment. Like, look around you. What does it feel like? If I were to send a filming crew over to your place right now, would they be able to make a successful documentary out of your life? Or is it just going to be you sitting in bed, just watching Instagram videos, eating a bag of chips, or just probably scrolling through Tinder or Bumble and just living a life that you wouldn't be proud of, right? Because it starts with you. Your environment consists of you and other people, right? The first thing that you got to control is you. If you don't control you, you can't control anything else. So look at your life right now. Does it resonate with anything that you want to be, that you see yourself being in the near future? Like, for example, let me walk you through my life, right? I'm trying my best to always wake up at 6:30. Okay, my alarms go off at 5. Sometimes I do wake up at 5:35. Sometimes when I'm extremely exhausted, I'm getting up around 7:30 or 8. But typically, on average, I'm waking up at 6:30 a.m. What do I do after I wake up? Okay, I actually don't have breakfast. What I do is I wake up, I take my shower, and I'm headed straight to the office. I'm in the office by 8:30 and the latest by 9:15. Okay. I'm in. Nobody's pushing me. Nobody's motivating me to go to the office. Like I'm the owner of my business. Like I'm self-motivated. Put a camera crew around me during my mornings. They're gonna film me getting up by 6:30, freshening up, giving my dad a little bit of time, my parents a little bit of time, right? And then I'm already on my way to work. Okay, then I'm coming to work. I'm here. Look, I'm still in the office, 10:30 p.m. at night. What does that tell you? What does it tell the documentary person who's filming? This guy's working freaking hard. He's trying to make a point. Like I'm not out there trying to party with my friends. Oh, it's 5 p.m. Clock out. That's my lifestyle, right? What's your lifestyle right now as someone who's planning on studying abroad? Are you investing time into learning what it takes to move abroad? Are you investing time into learning what life's going to be like? Are you investing time into how you're going to land jobs when you move abroad, right? Okay, I see a few requests for people to join on my live session on Instagram. Maybe I'll just get someone to join. Let's see who's there. Maybe I'll have a 1 minute conversation. If they can join, sound is unclear. By the way, is it helping? Write to me in the comments. I'll read your comment. When I write Z, it comes up this and that. Okay, who's there? Who am I talking to right now? Okay. Doesn't seem like the audio is clear over there. How do I remove this person now? God damn it. Hang on. Okay, this is why I didn't want to do this. Okay, here we go. Remove. You suck, Roman. Okay. By the way, if you guys are finding this session helpful, let me know in the comments. Let me read the comments here. Howdy, waiting for this. Awesome. Hazi, how are you? Thanks, Z. Sheikh Sabi, appreciate you being here. Star, I don't know who you are, but thank you for being here. Awesome. So now that you know what are the things you need to be controlling around you, let's talk about who are your friends. Let me tell you guys a story of mine. Before I moved to Canada, I cut off all my friends for about a year. Literally. So I moved to Canada around probably 2013 or 2014. It's been almost 10 years now. And just before I moved to Canada, I literally cut off every single friend just because whatever they used to talk about or the topics of discussion around their hangouts just didn't align with my interests. For example, they used to be talking about girls all the time. They used to talk about other people all the time. They used to mock anybody who would want to do good in life. So other people were always the center of their conversation. Ask yourself this: do you hang out with people who's always talking about other people? Do you hang out with let's say you were about to do something very unique and new. Would your friends mock you for it or praise you for it? Would they make you uncomfortable or comfortable? You need to be asking those questions. Here's what you need to do right now. Because once you put yourself in control, discipline yourself, set a list of actions that you need to take if you're planning on moving abroad. What kind of things do you need to improve on? What are your weaknesses right now? For example, why are there thousands of international students who are unemployed? Because these guys have never invested a single second into researching what it really takes to land a job. Everybody complains that, oh, I don't have the skills required to be an expert in my field. Think about it, guys. Is that really the excuse you're gonna stick with? Because YouTube is out there, and it's the easiest way for you to learn things. Let's say you want to be a web developer. Can you not build on a project? Can you not do a volunteer project just for yourself out of hobby? Why would you have to wait for a company to teach you that kind of stuff? Think about it. If you really want to learn digital marketing, can you not go YouTube and learn everything about digital marketing? It's all about how you want to utilize the free resources that's out there. So stop being a little bitch and start learning. Start investing and improving your lifestyle. Okay. So that's what you got to do. Coming back to your friends. If you can literally just write down the list of friends and put a note right next to their name and say, Is there any growth potential to this person? Does this person even want their own good? And do they even have anything bright coming up in their future? If no, if the answer is no, then you should just cut them off. You owe absolutely no explanation to your friends who don't add any value to your life. And if the answer is the contrary, and you say that, oh my God, I would love to achieve new things with this person. I would love to do things, learn new things. This person motivates me a lot. We can grow together. You should absolutely keep those people in your life because they're going to improve your lifestyle. Okay? So that's the first thing you need to look around is you and then the people you immediately hang out with, controlling your environment. Because if you don't fix yourself, life and gonna fix you. You better fix yourself. Okay? Once you fix yourself, the other things, imagine if the most basic element of a machine, like the switch, doesn't work, even if the rest of the components are gonna work properly, the machine just won't turn on. So every single step in your journey as an international student has to be done in the best way possible. You gotta make the best decisions at each stage. How you guys like my English, by the way, and how do you guys like my hairstyle? Comment on it. I would love to read it. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I've got some questions here. I'm just gonna take some questions. Brother on the wait list of psychology for the six guys. Like, if you just join my series on YouTube, I'm gonna be coming to the admissions side of things slowly. So just wait. I'll be there soon. So don't ask those technical questions today. Ask questions on the subject that's being discussed. If you don't agree with anything that I'm saying, write in the chat. If you don't like my face, write in the chat. If you think my forehead is too big, write in the chat. If you think I look awesome, write in the chat. Okay. So let's see what else we got. Um, is it necessary to turn the video? Do you recommend studying medical in Canada? Absolutely not. I need your glasses. Give me the address. Okay. What else? I'm gonna increase my communication skill with a foreigner. Such an amazing question, right? Because almost no one knows what to talk about when you move abroad, right? The subjects, the context of the conversation is so different. They're gonna be talking about their summer camp trips and all that stuff, and you're gonna be thinking, of, oh, what was the best biryani that I had, right? So things we talk about just really radically changes when you move abroad. The best thing to do, guys, like just take the bullet. When you move abroad, just be around these groups and just listen. You don't have to talk. Just listen. The first 3 to 4 months when I used to hang out with people in Canada, I couldn't be able to speak a single word because I just couldn't relate to anything they said. But I was like, man, I just gotta learn what they're talking about, right? Like, do you know what curling is? The curling, the sport. You don't, right? So I didn't know that either. I learned about that after 7 months. So how did I learn about that and how did I engage with it? Because I hung out with people that's not from my background. I hung out with people from all sorts of backgrounds, and they used to talk about their stuff, their history, their culture, and all that stuff, and I used to keep on learning. Communication skills doesn't mean that you need to be the best in English. Communication skill really means understanding what the other person's saying, listening to it, and then just making it a two-way street. Like you understand them, and then they're gonna reciprocate and they're gonna listen to what you're saying. Don't make it a one-way street. Listen with the intent of listening and asking further questions on it. That's my biggest hack to communication skills. All right. I have heard it everywhere. Canada takes much cost than US. I go for an MBA program. That can you assist me about the cost there? All these things are going to be coming up later during the series. So come back, revisit for that, and I will cover that. Okay. Luba Umaira sent a request. Okay, I'll accept it. Let's say Luba Umaira, what did you have? You gotta turn on your video if you're gonna join me live here. Your hair is looking good today. Thank you. Awesome. Looking attractive today. Thank you. Awesome. What else? You look nice all day. Not all the time. What else? Let's see. Are there any chances for a full scholarship if you want to stay study medical? Unfortunately, no. There's no full scholarship for medical. Okay. Would you suggest going to Canada? Is it worth it? Because everyone's saying right now Canada is overrated. Whoever is saying that hasn't really moved abroad, so don't believe them. Uh, okay, I think that's the end of all the questions that I was reading. Now, coming back to the main topic, controlling your environment. So, I gave you guys a task, right? What you're gonna do today is make a list of the friends that you hang out with day to day. Literally, right next to your name, just write down, are they good for your future or not? If the answer is no, simply cut them out. If the answer is yes, keep them in your life. And you're going to judge it based on their personality, their character, their upbringing, and their family. Family plays a big role. Does their family want them to become successful? Because if their family is just very easygoing and laid back, chances are these guys are always going to be just comfortable in life. But if you're someone who's extremely driven, which is why you joined this session because you want to invest in your life, right? Why are you taking time on 10:30 p.m. at night on a Monday to join me here? It's because you want to learn something, right? So make sure to cut off any of the weeds in your life, the bad people who do drugs, who do bad things, people who might have a bad influence on you, people who may want to like motivate you to do bad things in life. Okay, just cut them off. That's the first thing you gotta do. Make that list, and again, you don't need to give them an explanation as to why you cut them off. You can just cut them off without an explanation. They can just go screw themselves. Okay, there's a whole lot of life left for you, and you're gonna make a whole lot better friends who's waiting on the other side. So just do that. Just out of curiosity, Z, what was the thing that motivated you every day as an international student to put your effort out there? I've always been money driven, number one, because without money, you don't have freedom. And number two, I always want to make a name for myself. Like, I really want to represent my country in the best way. I want to make my family proud. And I've just been overly ambitious. Like, I want to be at the top echelon of everything, right? When I was in university, like I was trying to do the residence coordinator, like I want to be the number one. Like when I was making my videos, I wanted to show university in the best way, and I had the best, most watched video of all time. Then I made a video for Ottawa; it was the most watched video of all time there, right? So stuff like that I do, is like I always want to be at the top, and I want to be the best at it, just like my vlogs, right? So that's basically it. But that's a great question. Now, second thing in your environment that you really can't control, and that's not related to you, is the relatives that are going to come in and are going to try to motivate you. Now, there are two types of people in relatives, right? Number one, the ones who actually moved abroad and the ones who didn't move abroad. Now, let's talk about the ones who actually, the relatives that you have who moved abroad probably years ago, okay? Probably years ago. Now, there are two types of these people who moved abroad. One who's like a modern one. How's my bicep, by the way? Got it. Okay, so the ones who moved abroad a while ago and the ones who recently moved abroad and they're more liberal, right? The ones who moved a while ago are going to be a little more conservative. They're going to try to demotivate you a little bit on certain things. They're going to talk about the times they really failed, they couldn't get past it. They're going to try to demotivate you by saying that there's no jobs available. By the way, like you don't have to look that far. Just look at all the stupid YouTubers out there who keep talking about how international students can't land professional jobs. This is the dumbest advice that any YouTuber can give you. Because let me tell you, I never had to work a minimum wage job. Number two, my sister, who's only 20 years old or 21 probably, she works for Facebook 2 years. She did her college. Right after college, she joined Facebook, right? So I'm the living proof. My sister's the living proof. Our customers are connected are the living proof that you don't need to work minimum wage jobs. You can actually work professional jobs when you move abroad. And there's abundance of professional jobs out there. Okay, guys. So don't listen to the stupid YouTubers, the demotivating people around you. So again, going back to the relatives who's going to tell you and try to demotivate you, you shouldn't back away from what they're saying. You should. The reason being, they're gonna tell you the story. This is gonna be the biggest learning point for you because when they tell you where they failed, you can already start preparing for that point of your life where you may also come across that crossroad, but you will cross that bridge. What you need in advance to prepare for that. Okay? That's why it's really important for you to get those perspectives, absorb what they're saying, and just keep it in your mind and be like, no, I'm not going to be like this loser who failed, but rather wherever they failed, I'm going to try to explore that. I'm going to build on my skill set so that I can just leap forward and say bye-bye, right? So that's the first way to deal with those kind of people. Number two, the people who are going to be obviously positive and they're going to motivate you. Obviously, you're going to always stick by them, hold them really close to your life. They will probably give you the connections needed. They will push you up in life whenever needed. And then you have the people who never studied abroad. The best advice that I can give you for that, and if they come and try to demotivate you, all you have to do is raise your middle finger. Probably you're not going to do that literally, but just look them in their eyes. Don't try to debate what they're saying. Don't try to get in an argument. Don't try to confront them. Just give them the feeling that you agree with them, and just do whatever you're planning to do anyway. Okay? Because you don't owe anything to them. Even when you're going to be successful, they're going to still say something about you. Let's say you start making a lot of money, they're going to come up to you saying, "Why don't you start getting married?" And if you get married, they're going to start talking about how ugly your wife actually looks. Let's say now they actually ask you to have a baby. Then they're going to start talking about how ugly your baby actually looks. So those kind of people are always going to be there. Forget about them. They're just noise. They're going to be hating on you. The only people that you owe an explanation of everything to are the people who are always going to be by your side till your death. And that's going to be your parents. Your parents are probably going to be your sponsor for this journey. And no matter what happens, through all thick and thin, stay by them. You will deeply miss them when you move abroad. So whatever time you have left with them, make sure you enjoy, because once you move abroad, it's not going to be easy for you to see them anymore unless they come visit you. But still, it just doesn't feel the same, right? So that's kind of about it. When you gotta control your environment, okay? Coming back to controlling you and your, I would say that you should start surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Go join Facebook groups. Uh, find people who are planning on moving abroad, but more importantly, they are career-oriented. That's what you got to look for. And obviously, cut off any friends that you don't need in your life. I'm telling you guys, like I've seen my brother getting derailed by his friends. Not the best thing. Okay, my sister and I have been very careful our entire lives with choosing the right friends, but my brother just hasn't been. And that really impacted him in his life. And he just didn't have the same kind of trajectory my sister and I had, right? Obviously, at your age, I know you guys are probably like 10 years to 15 years older than me, or younger than me, or maybe older than me, right? So now I would say maybe right now it doesn't just make sense for you to cut them off, and you might feel bad, but let me tell you this, it just won't matter after 7 or 8 years because you just won't be even seeing them anymore. Right? So that's kind of about it for today's session of the 28-day success roadmap for international students. So today was all about controlling your environment. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about how do you set your goals. What is the exact roadmap? Like, what should you see, what is the long-term vision and how to really set that? Because someone asked me, like, what keeps me motivated? That's exactly it. I always knew where I was going. So you guys gotta know that for yourself as well. So that's exactly what I'm gonna be covering. Let me just make sure that if that is what I'm gonna be covering tomorrow. Let's see. So tomorrow's topic is know who you are, why you want to study abroad, and what is going to be your goal, and how to set up the right mindset. Okay, guys, that being said, hope you enjoyed today's session. Let's see. I listed up blacklisted banks by RCC, blah, blah, blah. Just out of curiosity, see what was the thing. Awesome. So, that being said, this is the end of it. All I can say, guys, is you're about to literally leap forward into the most exciting chapter of your life if you're planning on studying abroad. And not only just studying abroad, most of you guys in my audience here on Instagram, you probably don't want to study abroad, but the tactics that I've shared with you today through this, I hope it helps you in your general life anyway. And the last message I want to leave you with is be all that you imagine you could be. Everything that you imagine you could be is possible. Okay, like everything that I have ever wanted, like I wanted to be famous, I wanted to work for global organizations, I wanted to have my videos go viral, I wanted to travel for work, all that stuff that I have dreamt of. I even dreamt of dating blondes. Guys, I dated a Swedish girl. That's like the blondest you could ever get. Okay, so everything that I've ever wanted in my life, I got it. The only thing that's left for me right now is just to become a billionaire. That's my only other dream that I really want to achieve. Other than that, I've driven in Lamborghinis, I've been in helicopters, I've slept in five-star luxury hotels, which paid like $4,000 or $5,000 per night. Like I've achieved, like, I've got everything that I needed, right? Experienced everything I needed. I got my family. I'm living with my family, right? They're still young. I'm still young. So it's not like I've made it and then my mom and dad are pretty old. No, like I got everything I needed. And the reason is because I always believed in being everything that I imagined I could be, and I never quit. So whoever tells you otherwise, just throw the middle finger at them. That being said, thank you for tuning in. For anybody on YouTube, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave you guys with one last thing. If you really want to be updated about this 28-day series, okay, simply sign up in this form and we're gonna send you the daily reminder when we go live. Okay, and I'm gonna be doing this on Instagram as well. So if you guys really want to tune in, for those of you I know who don't want to study abroad, you might be thinking that do I even need to join? Because parts of it you're gonna find really interesting, especially the first part where I'm talking all about mindset and preparation, and the last part, which is all about career development. Okay, when you move abroad, and that strategy literally applies for anybody in Bangladesh and India. If you listen to that, I can guarantee that you're gonna be landing jobs just like that. Okay. That being said, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Ciao.